Sigma males, a distinct archetype within the social hierarchy, inherently shun the spotlight, not out of timidity, but from a profound preference for solitude and independence. This deliberate evasion of public attention is rooted in their deep-seated desire to operate outside the conventional bounds of social structures. Sigma males value their autonomy above all else, steering clear of the limelight to preserve their freedom and avoid the constraints that often accompany public recognition. Unlike their alpha counterparts, who thrive on visibility and leadership, Sigma males find strength in anonymity, crafting their own path without the need for validation or acclaim. This aversion to the spotlight is not a sign of weakness, rather, it is a strategic choice that enables them to remain detached and unaffected by the superficial aspects of social status. By prioritizing personal integrity and self-sufficiency, Sigma males exemplify a unique form of leadership, one that is subtle yet impactful, influencing from the shadows rather than through overt displays of power. Their ability to remain under the radar while still exerting influence is a testament to their distinct, introspective nature and strategic approach to life. Number 26. The burden of expectations. For Sigma males, the weight of expectations that comes with the spotlight can be overwhelming and contrary to their intrinsic desire for autonomy. In public roles, they are often expected to adhere to specific behaviors, deliver consistent performances, and meet the high standards set by their audience or industry. This constant pressure to fulfill external expectations can be stifling, limiting their freedom to explore, change, and grow at their own pace. Sigma males value the ability to evolve according to their own expectations and timelines, rather than being boxed in by the demands of the public. By avoiding the spotlight, they sidestep the burden of these expectations, allowing them to live and act freely, guided by their personal standards and aspirations. This choice is crucial for maintaining their mental health and ensuring that their life remains aligned with their values and goals, free from the restrictive influence of societal pressures. Number 25. The compromise of independence. The allure of the spotlight often comes with a hidden cost, one that Sigma males are acutely aware of: the compromise of their cherished independence. When one's life is continually exposed to public scrutiny, the freedom to make decisions based solely on personal convictions rather than societal expectations becomes significantly constrained. Sigma males, who thrive on being unbound and self-reliant, see this as a direct threat to their way of life. This archetype places a high value on the ability to navigate life without the influence or interference of others, preserving their sovereignty over personal and professional choices. The spotlight, however, demands compromises and changes that align with public perception or popularity, often at the expense of one's own desires or principles. Sigma males choose to avoid this scenario, seeing solitude not as loneliness but as the ultimate freedom to remain true to oneself. By steering clear of the public eye, they ensure that their decisions are uninfluenced by external pressures, allowing them to maintain an authentic existence that aligns with their deep-seated values and aspirations. Number 24. The dilution of personal relationships. Sigma males prioritize meaningful, deep connections over a broad network of superficial relationships, but the spotlight, with its broad-reaching influence, often attracts a multitude of superficial interactions that lack depth and genuine understanding. For Sigma males, this dilution of personal relationships is a significant drawback. They prefer to cultivate a few close and meaningful relationships where vulnerability, trust, and deep understanding are paramount. The constant presence in the spotlight can turn personal relationships into public spectacles, subject to scrutiny and misinterpretation. This public exposure can strain or distort genuine interactions, as people may behave differently in the public eye or relationships may be leveraged for personal gain. By choosing to remain out of the spotlight, Sigma males protect the sanctity and authenticity of their personal connections. This avoidance of public exposure allows them to develop and maintain relationships on their terms, fostering connections that are based on true affinity and mutual respect, not on social advantage or public perception. Number 23. The loss of simple joys. Sigma males often find pleasure in the quieter, simpler aspects of life: solitary walks, reading, deep contemplation activities that allow them to connect deeply with themselves and their environment. The constant glare of the spotlight can strip away these simple joys by imposing a lifestyle that prioritizes appearances and public engagements over personal contentment. For Sigma males, the essence of life lies in these undisturbed moments where they can engage with the world in their own introspective and meaningful way. The spotlight's intrusive nature disrupts this tranquility, forcing them into roles and routines that clash with their intrinsic need for solitude and reflection. Thus, by shunning the spotlight, they preserve their ability to enjoy life's simple pleasures on their own terms, free from the expectations and interruptions that fame invariably brings. Number 22. The expectation to perform. Living under the spotlight often requires a continuous performance, where one must constantly meet or exceed the expectations of an audience. For Sigma males, this expectation to perform can feel like a heavy yoke around their necks. They value authenticity and genuine interactions, which are compromised when every action becomes a show for public consumption. This pressure to maintain a persona that pleases the crowd can be exhausting and contrary to the Sigma male's core principle of living authentically. Avoiding the spotlight, therefore, is not just about privacy, it's about retaining the freedom to be themselves without the constant need to act out a role that may not align with their true nature. Number 21. The magnification of mistakes. In the spotlight, every mistake and flaw is magnified and often judged harshly by the public and media. Sigma males, who strive for personal growth and self-improvement, prefer to reflect on their mistakes in private, where they can learn and evolve without the added pressure of public ridicule or condemnation. This magnification can hinder their process of self-reflection, as it shifts the focus from learning and growing to defending oneself against criticism. By staying out of the spotlight, Sigma males ensure that their journey of personal development remains a private and constructive experience, where errors are seen as opportunities to improve rather than fodder for public entertainment. Number 20. The distortion of values. The spotlight can distort an individual's values, tempting them with fame, wealth, and power, which may lead to compromising one's ethics and principles. Sigma males hold their values in high esteem and fear the corruptive influence of the spotlight, which often prioritizes material success over moral integrity. By avoiding the limelight, they protect their values from being compromised or replaced by those celebrated by the broader society, which often do not align with their own. This deliberate choice helps them maintain a life that is true to their principles, ensuring that their actions and decisions are consistently aligned with their deeply held beliefs. Number 19. The erosion of self-sufficiency. Sigma males pride themselves on their self-sufficiency, a trait that can be undermined by the dependencies created in the spotlight. The support systems that often accompany public figures, such as assistants, advisors, and managers, can dilute a Sigma male's independence, making it challenging to maintain their usual level of autonomy. This erosion of self-sufficiency is seen as a significant disadvantage, as it conflicts with their desire to handle life's challenges on their own terms. By avoiding the spotlight, Sigma males ensure that they remain the architects of their own lives, free from the reliance on others that fame can often impose. Number 18. The constant demand for innovation. Being in the spotlight often comes with the relentless demand to innovate and continually produce new and exciting ideas or projects. For Sigma males, whose creativity may flourish in periods of solitude and reflection rather than constant output, this can be particularly stifling. The pressure to constantly deliver can impede their natural rhythm of creativity, leading to burnout or a decrease in the quality of their work. By staying out of the public eye, Sigma males can follow their own creative processes, which may involve periods of inactivity but ultimately lead to more meaningful and well-developed outputs. Number 17. The sacrifice of personal time. The commitments that accompany fame, public appearances, media obligations, and constant connectivity can significantly encroach on personal time, which Sigma males value deeply. This time is essential for their mental and emotional well-being, as it allows them to recharge, reflect, and engage deeply with their interests and loved ones. The spotlight's demands can lead to a lifestyle where personal time is sacrificed for public duties, a trade-off that Sigma males are unwilling to make. Thus, by avoiding fame, they protect their time, ensuring it remains their own, used according to their priorities and needs. Number 16, the pressure to conform. The spotlight often exerts a homogenizing pressure, pushing individuals to conform to certain standards and norms. For Sigma males who cherish their uniqueness and independence of thought, this pressure is particularly unwelcome. The public eye tends to favor a certain type of behavior, discourse, and even appearance, marginalizing those who do not conform. Sigma males resist this conformity, valuing the freedom to express their true selves without bending to popular expectations. By remaining out of the spotlight, they avoid the cultural and social pressures that can stifle their individuality. Number 15, the vulnerability to manipulation. Public figures often become targets for manipulation by those who seek to exploit their visibility for personal or commercial gain. Sigma males, aware of the complexities and potential pitfalls of public attention, choose to avoid the spotlight to protect themselves from such vulnerabilities. They recognize that maintaining a low profile can be a powerful strategy to retain control over their decisions and interactions, minimizing the risk of being manipulated by others. This cautious approach ensures that their personal and professional integrity remains intact, free from the influences that often accompany fame. Number 14, the inevitability of stereotyping. In the spotlight, individuals are often reduced to stereotypes, which can be frustrating and limiting, particularly for Sigma males who value complexity and depth in their identities. Public perception tends to simplify personalities into easily digestible labels, ignoring the nuances that define a true individual. Sigma males resist this reductionism because it clashes with their multifaceted nature and their desire for an authentic self-presentation. By avoiding public exposure, they protect themselves from being pigeonholed, ensuring their full range of traits and abilities are recognized and appreciated in their own right, not just those that are easily showcased or understood by the masses. Number 13, the loss of control over one's narrative. When in the spotlight, control over one's personal narrative can quickly slip away. Media and public discourse can distort and manipulate the stories of public figures, often sensationalizing aspects of their lives for entertainment or controversy. For Sigma males, who place a high value on authenticity and truth, losing control over how their story is told is a significant deterrent from seeking fame. They prefer to maintain the integrity of their narrative, ensuring that their life story remains accurate and true to their lived experience, free from external reinterpretation or manipulation. Number 12, the disruption of natural rhythms. Sigma males often follow their own unique rhythms and routines, which can be disrupted by the unpredictable demands of life in the spotlight. Public and professional obligations associated with fame, such as events, interviews, and travel, can clash with their preferred ways of organizing their time and energy. This disruption can lead to stress and a sense of being out of sync with one's natural flow, which Sigma males find particularly unappealing. They cherish their ability to live according to their own schedules and rhythms, and thus, staying out of the spotlight helps them preserve this aspect of their lifestyle. Number 11, the encroachment on intellectual property. Public figures often find their ideas, words, and creative expressions subject to plagiarism or unauthorized use. For Sigma males, who deeply value originality and the ownership of their intellectual efforts, this is a significant risk. The spotlight can make it difficult to protect one's intellectual property, as increased visibility also increases the chances of misappropriation. By remaining obscure, Sigma males reduce the risk of their ideas being co-opted without permission, allowing them to maintain control over their creative outputs and innovations. Number 10. The amplification of personal flaws. The spotlight does not discriminate in what it illuminates, often highlighting personal flaws just as much as achievements. For Sigma males, who are typically introspective and self-aware, having their shortcomings displayed and analyzed publicly can be particularly distressing. This relentless scrutiny can inhibit personal growth, as it shifts the focus from constructive self-improvement to defensive posturing. By avoiding the public eye, Sigma males ensure that their journey of self-betterment is a private and dignified process, free from the harsh judgments of an often unforgiving public. Number 9. The spotlight as a confining space. The glaring lights of the spotlight act as a metaphorical prison for the Sigma male, constricting their ability to cultivate a character as resilient and sturdy as tempered steel. Each exposure erodes their distinctiveness, leaving a feeling of emptiness behind. Character building for them is more than just accumulating experiences or achieving milestones. It's an introspective journey where they face their innermost fears and emerge stronger and more authentically themselves. Sigma males avoid the spotlight not out of fear, but because they recognize that genuine growth and self-discovery occur far from the scrutinizing gaze of the public. In solitude, away from societal expectations, they find true connections that are not fleeting but are deeply enriching, allowing them to remain true to themselves without compromise. Number 8. A license to criticize. Placing oneself in the spotlight, whether at social events or online platforms like Instagram, opens one up to harsh scrutiny. For Sigma males who hold their integrity and character in high esteem, this is particularly distressing. The spotlight doesn't just illuminate, it exposes individuals to unwarranted judgment and criticism, often tearing them down piece by piece. This relentless dissection of every action and appearance can be deeply unsettling for someone who values authenticity and self-awareness above all. Sigma males, therefore, choose to step away from the spotlight, refusing to allow their lives to be dictated by the harsh opinions and superficial judgments of others, preserving their inner peace and self-respect. Number 7. Invasion of privacy. In our society, where visibility is often equated with success, Sigma males stand apart, valuing their privacy above the fleeting allure of fame. They see solitude not as isolation but as essential to introspection and personal growth. The spotlight, with its invasive nature, threatens to strip them of their secrecy and solitude, revealing more than they wish to share. Each time they are thrust into public view, it feels as if a piece of their identity is compromised. Thus they retreat, guarding their privacy as a precious commodity and reclaiming their space from the prying eyes of the public. This retreat is not an act of fear, but a strategic move to maintain control over their lives and identities. Number 6. The breeding ground for negativity. Constant exposure in the spotlight can often lead to envy, jealousy, and resentment from others. Sigma males, who operate outside the typical societal frameworks, find such environments toxic and detrimental to their well-being. Unlike the average individual who might find excitement in public attention, Sigma males see it as an unnecessary distraction that breeds negativity. They choose to remain out of the spotlight, not out of timidity but from a deep-seated desire to avoid the superficial drama that often accompanies public life. By doing so, they maintain their autonomy and focus on genuine self-improvement and personal achievements without the noise of external disapproval. Number 5. Loss of authenticity. The constant scrutiny that comes with being in the spotlight forces individuals to conform to external expectations, often at the expense of their true selves. Sigma males find this loss of authenticity unacceptable. The spotlight demands a performance, a mask that hides their real persona, which is at odds with their pursuit of genuine self-expression. They prefer to forge their own path, free from the constraints of societal expectations, allowing them to explore their passions and live according to their own rules. This independence is crucial to their identity, and any threat to this autonomy from the spotlight is actively avoided. Number 4. The stress of constant observation. Living in the spotlight is like being under a microscope 24/7, where every move is scrutinized and every failure magnified. For Sigma males, this constant pressure is not just uncomfortable, it's suffocating. It represents a loss of freedom and an obligation to meet others' expectations rather than their own. This intense scrutiny can lead to significant stress and anxiety, compromising their mental health. Sigma males value their peace and mental stability, choosing to stay out of the spotlight to preserve their well-being and focus on their personal and professional goals without the burden of external pressures. Number 3. The obsession with image. In today's digital age, the spotlight often comes with an obsession over one's image, driven by the perfect, yet unrealistic portrayals on social media. This obsession can trap individuals in a cycle of self-scrutiny and perpetual dissatisfaction, hindering genuine personal growth. Sigma males reject this superficiality. They prioritize substance and depth over appearances. By avoiding the spotlight, they protect themselves from the pitfalls of image obsession, focusing instead on developing a sense of self that is rooted in reality and personal integrity, not in the curated images of social media. Number 2. Draining of energy. For many, the spotlight can be energizing, but for Sigma males, it is exactly the opposite. It drains them of their energy, leaving them feeling depleted and exhausted. This is because Sigma males thrive on solitude and introspection, drawing strength from their inner world rather than external validation. The energy spent in maintaining a public facade is seen as wasted, energy that could be better spent on more meaningful personal or professional pursuits. Thus, avoiding the spotlight is not just a preference but a strategic choice to conserve their energy for activities that truly matter to them. Number 1. Conclusion. In conclusion, Sigma males choose to steer clear of the spotlight not because they fear it, but because they understand the profound benefits of remaining an enigma. In their solitude, they find strength and clarity, allowing them to live life on their own terms, unswayed by the fleeting judgments of society. Their journey is one of inward exploration and quiet resilience, a path less traveled that promises not only peace but profound personal fulfillment. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the Join button under this video.